Hey guys, so I don't know if you're as frustrated as I am, but for good reason. You can't go to the gym. It's hard to buy stuff online, so I was went online to try to buy some kettlebells to work out with, and there are none available. Believe me, I checked everywhere for kettlebells, and the ones that um, were available online, people were trying to charge like $150 for 35, 40 pound kettlebell. So I went online, and as many things YouTube, if you look long enough, you'll find a solution to your problem, and you can disregard all the stuff in the background. I have some work done in the back of my yard, but I just want to show you how easy it is to make them, and everything you need to make them if you're inclined to do so. The first thing you start off with is just PVC pipe from Home Depot, or Talo, Home Depot, or Lowe's, and you decide sort of how long you want your handle to be, depending on the size kettlebell you want to make, and I'll explain that to you in a second. So you determine the length you want for your handle. So you have to take into account the width of the top of the handle and the fact that it also has to go into the actual ball. So this one I figured like a 3 to 4 inch on sort of this part of the handle, and then like another 3 or 4 inches that was going to get pushed into the ball, and I'll show you what I mean there. So the way you actually bend it is, you after you decide the length, you cut it to length, you fill it with sand. That's really, really important. Pack it in with sand, and you tape the ends of it, and you'll see the ends of it are still taped here. So you put the straight piece in the oven. I know, sounds sounds like a problem, right? But heat your oven up to like 350, and like put a couple stones or something, so you're not putting the PVC right on the rack in the oven, and keep an eye on it. But I would say after 3 minutes or so, check it, and you'll see that you can bend it, right? So depending on sort of how it feels, you can decide if you're going to leave it in for a longer period of time or not. And that'll sort of determine how flexible it is. But the key thing is that you have to have sand in there. You'll get a lot of kinking in it. You can see in this one I got a little bit of a kink in this one, but it's not so bad. One sort of improvement that I made versus what I saw online was I drilled holes in the PVC here. And ran some wire through. You can use any kind of wire, and it's kind of serves, if you ever seen people put up concrete and they use rebarb. It's just something else that the cement, and you'll see what I mean, can attach to during the project. So again, this PVC pipe is about $2 for probably a length of 4 or 5 feet of it. And then, so I wanted to make bigger kettlebells. I'm not quite sure how much they're going to weigh, but we'll find out. So I did the curbside pickup for Dick's, and I got 2 really, really cheap basketballs. These are $10 a piece, right? And then what you do is, after you make your handle, and I'd say do it after, and keep in mind you've got to sort of try to compress this part in some. It can't be very wide, because you want it to be able to fit into the ball. So what you want to do after you've done that is you want to get a sense of sort of how wide it needs to be here, right? So you can just put it up there like I did. I just used a Sharpie and drew a circle, and then a line down the middle, and then use an X-Acto knife, which I have over here, X-Acto knife, just to cut it out. And you'll just kind of get a sense of kind of what that looks like, right? So the next step, and that's the process that I'm going to start here, is just to buy a bag of Quikrete cement. This is a 50 pound bag. I don't know actually how much I'm going to use for each ball, so I have 2 of them. And the Quikrete concrete mix is about I would say $4 or $5 for the bag. So I'm going to mix that up. And what you do is you mix up the Quikrete concrete, and then you open these flaps, right? And you put the concrete in here, and you fill the ball all the way up, all right? And then after you fill the ball up with concrete, and this one doesn't have concrete in it yet, but you get a sense of what I'm aiming for. After you fill it up with concrete, you put your handle in, right? So it's kind of a cool looking kettlebell, actually. The nice thing about using a basketball or a cheap soccer ball or anything that you can find that has that's rubber, is that when you use it, it's not going to scuff, you know, floors or anything, because you've got this, you know, rubbery sort of coating that you get when you use a basketball or volleyball or whatever you're going to use. What some people do is, after the cement is in and it hardens, they get there's a diamond blade on a like a reciprocating saw or something. You could just like trim the bottom off. It creates like a flat bottom. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Because if you do that, that enables them to sort of stand upright. But I don't really have a need for them to stand upright. It's just as easy to kind of grab them and use them as you want to use them, without having to worry about it scuffing anything. So if you think you're going to want to use them in the house, you probably don't want to cut that little flat spot on the bottom, so they'll sit upright. So the next step for me is mixing the cement up and putting them in. But I think that's probably the least of it. So I'll post another video once I get the cement in and let you know how things turned out. All right, take care. And I have some other equipment that I made up in the absence of being able to go to the gym or buy it, that I'll share with you, that you can it's basically a bar, again made out of PVC, that you can then put your resistance bands on and do a whole host of exercises that you would typically do in the gym with weights. You can do all with resistance band and body weight. All right, take care. I don't know, first time I've done one of these, thought I'd share it. Bye.